If you feel like the whole business world just hit light speed, well, you're not wrong.
Definitely feels that way.
And AI is basically flooring the accelerator.
Uh-huh.
It seems like the gap between acting now and, say, waiting 6 months, it's huge. It's becoming the difference between thriving and, well,
Becoming irrelevant.
exactly. So this deep dive, it's your shortcut, your way to get a handle on this accelerated landscape fast. Our mission today is pretty straightforward, really. We need to boil down the most actionable stuff from a whole stack of sources focusing on modern business automation.
Right.
We're going to map things out, starting with the simple tools, the set it and forget it workflows.
Like zaps.
Yeah, like zaps, and then move all the way up to these autonomous AI agents.
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, figure out that strategic piece. What has to stay human?
And the sources we've pulled are pretty current. We've got recent high-level thinking, some warnings too from the Marketing AI Institute blogs. And we're pairing that with some really practical hands-on guides from Zapier. Stuff that shows you exactly how to start automating sales, marketing, RevOps, like today.
And what these sources are confirming? Honestly, it feels pretty high stakes.
It is.
It's not that the future of your business will be defined by AI adoption. It's happening right now, isn't it?
Absolutely. Right now.
If you're just standing still, you're not just waiting. You're actually falling behind. Actively.
That's exactly the reality. The sources paint high stakes. They're basically saying, look, whatever industry you're in, things are shaking out into three main camps.
Right, camps. Okay.
Yeah, you'll have the AI natives built on AI from day one. Then the AI-emergent, those are the existing companies figuring out how to weave AI in effectively, get efficient.
Right, the adapters.
Exactly. And then the obsolete. And this isn't some future prediction. It's like a current reality. It's driving big decisions in companies now.
And we're seeing pressure from outside too, right? It's not just tech hype.
No, definitely not.
I saw the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell. He recently gave a pretty stark warning. So the U.S. labor market's slowing down. And AI is a key reason. That feels like solid proof.
Yeah.
This is moving beyond just the IT folks and hitting the wider economy.
And you see that reflected directly in what CEOs are doing. Mark Benioff at Salesforce, for instance, his directive was blunt. Use AI or risk obsolescence.
Wow.
Yeah. And that came right after they cut, 4,000 jobs? When a leader like that makes that kind of statement, following those actions, they're signaling the bar for efficiency has just been permanently raised. Companies are swapping human resources for machine capabilities.
That's intense. Okay, all right, let's unpack this then. If everyone has to jump on the AI train right now, how does a regular business even start without getting totally lost in the jargon, the costs?
Right, the complexity.
Yeah, building new systems from scratch sounds overwhelming.
You definitely don't start there. You start small. Foundation level, simple marketing automation. The Zapier guides we looked at are super clear on this. You don't need some massive, pricey tech stack to automate the repetitive stuff. No. You likely just need 3 core tools connected, things you probably already have. A form.
To get data in.
Exactly. A CRM like HubSpot or Salesforce.
To organize it.
Right. And an email platform to act on it. That's your starting point.
So if you've got those 3 pieces,
yeah,
how do they talk to each other? That's where these zaps come in. Automatic workflow.
Precisely. Zaps are basically simple triggers and actions. Think. If this happens in App A, then automatically do that in App B.
Okay.
The whole idea is to set up these automatic pipelines, moving information like new lead details or an updated sales status between your apps. No more manual data entry, no copy pasting.
Killing internal emails for simple handoffs.
Exactly. It frees up your people for, the more meaningful work.
Can you walk us through a quick example? Let's say I'm in marketing. Someone fills out a form in the website. What happens automatically in the CRM before the email platform even sends a welcome?
Okay, yeah, that's the critical loop. Saves so much time. So the form gets submitted, right? The Zap instantly pushes that data to the CRM.
Instantly.
Now, the CRM doesn't just sit on the data. Based on rules you set up, maybe company size, industry, it can qualify the lead, give it a score. And here's the key part for sales. It can instantly route that qualified lead to the right salesperson's queue.
Automatically assigned.
Automatically. Then, and only then, does the email platform fire off that personalized welcome message. The whole thing orchestrated by the Zap in seconds.
Okay, that makes total sense. You're swapping manual handoffs for automated, rules-based data flow.
Yeah.
And the sources say this isn't just for marketing, right? It applies across RevOps, Sales.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
across the core business functions. And RevOps, just to define that quickly, is really about unifying that data flow between sales, marketing, service, all aimed at driving revenue.
Right.
AI helps them massively by instantly cleaning that data, qualifying it, routing it across teams. A really practical example we saw was Zapier's lead router beta.
Lead router beta.
Yeah, it's specifically designed to handle complex routing rules automatically, automating those handoffs between, say, marketing qualification and the right sales team. No more leads getting stuck in someone's inbox for hours.
That's the beauty of simple rules-based automation. But like you said, that's just the starting point.
Just the beginning.
Let's talk about the next step for a business that's maybe got its zaps running smoothly. AI agents. This is where it starts to feel really advanced.
It is a big leap. We're shifting focus now.
Yeah.
From simple workflows, zaps are basically if this, then that, to cognitive autonomous AI agents,
Let's-
meaning systems that can actually pursue open-ended goals. They can figure out the steps needed, manage dependencies, complete complex multi-step tasks with very little human input.
So intelligent systems working on their own behalf.
Pretty much, yeah. Autonomous systems.
And this isn't just theory anymore, is it? I saw the sources mentioning OpenAI launching the ChatGPT agent, something that can take real actions.
Exactly. That was a major development. It signals the shift from AI that just generates text or images to AI that actually does things inside your business applications.
Wow. And how does that connect back to this simple automation layer?
Well, what's really fascinating is how quickly they're integrating. Zapier is already working on connecting these advanced AI agents to, like, thousands of existing apps.
So the agents can use the tools we already have.
Precisely, hooking these powerful goal-driven systems right into your CRM, your email platform, your help desk system. So you could give an AI agent a goal like follow up on all the cold leads from Q3 who didn't open the last 3 emails.
And the agent figures it out.
Yeah, figures out the steps, uses your connected tools, finds the leads in the CRM, triggers the right email sequence, maybe even schedules a task for a human salesperson if someone engages. All autonomously.
We're seeing this push into conversational interfaces everywhere, too. Like the front lines of customer interaction becoming AI-driven.
Absolutely. The guides we looked at show how businesses can, pretty easily now, create custom chatbots in minutes.
To handle initial queries, qualify leads.
Right. 200/7 engagement and qualification. And you see the big players like Meta releasing powerful AI assistants for consumers. It just signals that AI chat is fast becoming table stakes for any customer-facing operation.
Okay, this is where I think it gets really interesting, though. Let's talk about content creation. Gen AI Assist. The speed gains look amazing, but there's a huge catch, isn't there?
There is. The sources absolutely confirm generative AI is revolutionizing content creation. No question.
Right.
Marketers are suddenly able to whip up entire campaigns, email copy, landing pages, social posts in minutes, transforming content with AI and data. It should be the biggest productivity jump ever.
Hang on. If AI can do knowledge work like 100 times faster and cheaper than that OpenAI benchmark you mentioned,
Yeah, it's a stunning number.
then why are some companies hitting a wall with Gen AI for content? Why isn't it always working smoothly?
Because of that critical counterpoint, the thing everyone needs to really get their head around, the problem of work slop.
Ah, work slop. Okay, define that for us. Why is it such a big deal if the AI is 100 times faster?
Work slop is that AI-generated output that, it looks finished, it looks polished, maybe even impressive at first glance, but it actually ends up creating more work for your human team down the line.
How?
Because the AI often lacks crucial context about your specific brand voice, maybe your current legal guidelines, the nuances of a particular client relationship. It just doesn't know that stuff inherently.
So it makes mistakes.
It leads to factual errors, really generic or off-brand copy, sometimes even just making things up, hallucinations.
So let me get this straight. That OpenAI benchmark,
Mhm.
100 times faster. If even just 1% of that output is work slop,
Yeah.
you haven't just created a tiny editing task. You've unleashed a potential tidal wave of errors, corrections, brand alignment fixes. It could totally swamp your team.
Exactly right. You're essentially scaling potential mistakes, reputational damage, even legal risks 100 times faster than your team can possibly review it manually.
Okay, that's a huge risk.
It's massive. And that's why the human element is still so incredibly vital, not just for the initial creation maybe, but definitely for providing that context, that oversight to prevent the work slop.
That speed, though, it's clearly driving the changes in the job market we talked about earlier. That Stanford research signaling AI transforming things, especially for younger white-collar workers.
Yeah, and it's not just entry-level jobs disappearing, maybe, but the tasks those jobs traditionally handled.
Like what?
Things like data classification, summarizing documents, writing first drafts. Anthropic's CEO predicted AI could handle like 50% of those kinds of tasks. That's why those roll are in the crosshairs.
And the Amazon example,
Yeah.
planning to replace potentially 600,000 workers,
Hmm.
that points to massive automation across the board, cognitive and physical tasks,
It really underscores the scale and pace of this shift.
which means businesses just can't afford to wait and see. So, okay, what does this all mean for making decisions now? How do you figure out what's safe to automate with Zaps or agents or Gen AI versus what absolutely must stay human to avoid that disastrous work slop?
The framework that seems to be emerging, especially from synthesizing discussions at events like MACON, really boils down to this. The future isn't AI instead of humans. It's human plus machine.
Augmentation, not replacement.
Exactly. That's the goal. So you automate the repeatable stuff, the predictable tasks, the processes heavy on data transfer and simple rules. That's where Zaps and basic agents shine.
Okay, so what's left? What are those definitive human-only tasks we need to protect and invest in?
Well, based on what AI can't do well yet, the highest value human contributions seem to fall into maybe 4 key areas.
All right, what are they?
First, true strategic thinking. Setting the big picture goals, connecting what your team does day to day with the broader market shifts. AI can execute tactics, but strategy, that's human.
Okay, strategy number one.
Second, emotional intelligence. Complex relationship building and management, especially with key clients or critical partners. AI can't replicate genuine empathy or navigate tricky interpersonal dynamics.
Makes sense. EQ, number two.
Third, complex creativity. Not just mashing up existing ideas, but genuine novel synthesis, coming up with truly new approaches or solutions.
Real innovation. Got it. Three.
And fourth, and this ties directly back to work slop, critical oversight, quality assurance, applying that deep legal, ethical, and brand alignment context that AI lacks, being the final checkpoint.
That context piece again.
Yeah.
Seems central. So we use the 100x AI speed for drafting, for generating options.
Right. Leverage the speed.
But we absolutely reserve human time and focus for that 100% accurate, high-context approval and refinement.
Precisely. Look, if you automate lead routing with a Zap, you save time. If you use Gen AI to draft initial email sequences, you save time. The key is where you reinvest that saved time.
Where should it go?
Into that strategic human oversight, into deeper relationship management, into refining the truly creative outputs. That's how an established business successfully becomes AI-emergent rather than, well, obsolete.
Okay, so this deep dive has given us a pretty clear map, I think. We see the urgency become AI native or emergent, fast. We see the easy entry points, simple automation, the 3 core tools, Zaps for things like lead routing, then the power and the complexity of autonomous agents, and critically, that specific danger of work slop when using Gen AI for content, demanding human oversight.
And the core takeaway for you listening right now has to be the speed, the urgency of adoption. The sources, the leaders like Benioff, they see failing to implement even simple practical automation today as putting your business at immediate risk.
So start simple, start now.
Exactly. Using tools for that basic automation, it buys you the breathing room. It frees up the resources you need to develop the strategic human skills required to manage the more complex AI agents and Gen AI tools that are coming and are already here.
All right, so here's the final thought for you to really chew on. If we accept that a huge chunk of knowledge work, tasks, the drafting, the summarizing, the data moving are becoming commoditized, instantly automatable, what then is the absolutely definitive set of human-only tasks remaining in your business? What requires that unique human strategy or emotional insight or critical contextual oversight? Defining that explicitly today might be your most crucial competitive advantage moving forward. That's how you thrive as an AI-emergent organization.